Hey guys, it's Sylvie here bringing you a patch overview for DarkScape. This is my first time doing this, so if you have a spare couple of minutes, if you could drop a comment after the video or during it, just sharing your thoughts on what you think could be improved and hopefully things that you felt I got right. I'd also like to apologise in advance for anything I might have left out or anything like that. This video wasn't rushed, but I did want to get it out in time for people to at least benefit from it. So without further ado, I'll jump straight in. So yeah, for those of you who didn't already get it, the patch is the Halloween update. Now it just went live at the time of me recording this on the 26th of October, 12 o'clock around midday. That's London time of course. And as with most holiday updates, you can see on screen now that they've already themed the guards and the environment in DarkScape to reflect that Halloween spooky feel. Now they've also mentioned here that successfully killing guards now has a chance to drop a scythe. That's the town guards, the 138 ones. That patrol towns. It also mentions that the scythe is tradable, and as a result that means of course it can be obtained by PKing. Now they also introduce a new roaming box called Skelton. This has been implemented into DarkScape. It's the main bulk of the update, to be honest with you, and I'll dive a bit into Skelton a little bit later in this video. There's a whole guide on that. So along with this update also comes a list of fixes to various different risk areas. Now there is an issue a lot of players have been discussing on the DarkScape subreddit, and it's nice to see at least some progress towards ironing out these issues from the DarkScape team. So as you can see, I really don't have to read them out for you, but I will highlight some of the ones that are fairly big in my eyes, or at least have affected me in some way. Now, the Wise Old Man's player-owned house is a low-risk area, allowing the completion of the quest Love Story. I wasn't actually aware of this issue until I came across a thread on the subreddit by the user AFAFlux12312337. I apologize, I pronounced that wrong. Detailing how he'd ran into this bug during the quest and mentioning his proposed fixes for the issue. I'll link that thread in the description for those of you that are interested in going back and giving it a read. Now another big one for me has to be the travelling between Port Sarim, Karamja and Ardi via ships now requires 60k gold per journey and 30k gold after completing the easy Karamja task set, along with not being able to take items to and from Karamja via Port Sarim. This change in my eyes is completely unnecessary, and I can see myself crying if I ever get another Harpy Bugstorm task, since Port Sarim is my main port that I use for Karamja based stuff. So as with the fixes to the various different risk areas, also came a number of just general bug fixes. Now again, I won't be reading them all out for you, but of course again I will point out the ones that I feel are major or have affected me in some way during my progress in DarkScape. Now firstly, another change to Mary Rancor now only gives out the Dwarven Army Axe. I believe this is the NPC at Bithrope that was giving out the Varrock Valley tabs and prayer pots and stuff. But I guess after changing the loot to cabbage, they decided it was time to change it back to actually benefit new players rather than just troll the bots. Another change also is sinkholes no longer appear in DarkScape. So I'm sure many of you are aware we used to get that global announcement, I believe 10 minutes before a sinkhole was about to go live in your world. So they give you, they go live 30 minutes past every hour. Not really massive, but it didn't really bother me, but at least nice to see, take that away from the game. I also believe this is the only way people were acquiring the Dungeoneering tokens. Some people actually managing to collect a fair amount just from the sinkholes alone. Now, along with a load of quality of life changes and fixes, of course, like moving NPCs among other things, a slightly bigger one was to notice is that item protection size importance will now only protect an item if the wealth risk is over 100k gold. They did expand on this further, and I'll put the explanation up on screen for you now. The two examples they put in the patch notes expanding on the item protect portents are as follows. So an unskulled free player with 5 items with 45k gold each, so that's a total of 225k, will protect 2 free items, leaving a risk of 135k gold. One portent will be used, leaving the remaining risk at 90k gold, and the second portent then will be ignored, and they will drop 2 items and the remaining portent. Also, another example they gave was an unskulled free player with 5 items with 55k gold, so that's a total of 275k gold, will protect 2 free items, leaving a risk of 165k. One portent will be used, leaving the remaining risk at 110k gold, and then the second portent will be used as well, causing them only to drop 1 item. So hopefully that clears up that change for you a bit. Now I said I'd come back to Skelton boss at the start of the video, and instead of me doing a whole in-depth video / guide on Skelton, I'll instead point you to a thread on Reddit by the user Sylvie. I believe his in-game name is Syfy. I apologise if I pronounced either of those wrong. The thread is massively in depth and has been constantly updating since the update went live with all the accurate and complete information. Now if you do manage to learn something from this thread, please do make sure to pop it an upvote to keep the visibility up, and also make sure then to thank Syfy either on Reddit or in game if you manage to see him. Now some points I will point out to you, right, is that the boss is level 666, of course, to keep an eye on the Halloween spirit. He does also have 25k health. Now he attacks in multiple styles and will also make you scold if you get affected by one of his abilities, so don't bring anything you aren't willing to lose completely. I believe that Cypher recommends to bring an item and around 4 or 5 pieces of food. Lobsters or swordfish should suffice. Now after killing Jack or Skelton for the first time, you will unlock the Jack-Lantern mask along with a full Skelton holiday set and all the Halloween emotes, and you can claim this from Diango in Drano Village, of course. And that's pretty much everything from me for this patch. Again, if you feel like I missed something important, please drop a comment in the video letting me know. I'll be sure to thank you and hopefully improve then for the next one. I would like to say though, cheers for watching, and hopefully I can catch you again now next video.